Hey guys, I'm gonna wait a few minutes for a few of you to pop in here. But we've definitely had some updates in the Tara case today. Alright, this morning I called the LaSalle County Sheriff's Office, and in which most of you know is the sheriff's office that arrested myself and my brother, and the same sheriff's office that Tara Hyde, the crazy dispatcher, works for that threatened to harm me behind my back. And we had some pretty significant updates today. Hey guys, actually, I've been sick the past few days, so I had to do my COVID test this morning, and luckily it was negative, so we got that. I was so I was hoping it was just a really nasty cold, which it was apparently. So that's great because I really just, it'd be very bad timing for quarantine and all that. But hey, Daddy, you too. Hey, Gling, Illinois Tyrant Patrol. Hi, back from Illinois. But I know I got this. I don't know. One of my ears is still like clogged up from I don't know. It's a hot mess. But anyway, okay. So at about 9:30 this morning, I called the sheriff's department to inquire about my complaint made against Tara Hyde. As you guys know, since April 11th of this year, I have been trying to, yeah, hey, but I have been trying to turn in my complaint against Tara for her threats against my life, her threats to also punch me in the face, that she couldn't control, all that. And I spoke with a Corporal Penny, Penny. I think. I don't know if I've spoken with him before or not. I don't believe so. And what he told me, and I just want to make clear, I called the sheriff's office number and just hit number 8 to speak with an officer. Is that backwards? That's the exact number I called, 815-433-2161. And I hit option 8 to speak with somebody because, as you guys know, over the past 6 or so months, they've just been dodging me. They just didn't care that she threatened to kill me, all this other crazy stuff, using the R word because she has something against special people, calling me a white trash bitch. I'd love to know what that means. Last I checked, she's the one that just had a court date that she lost where she was owing people money right after I went to court with her, which is weird because it was the same judge. I think I've touched on that before. But anyway, I know I'm so happy because it's been rough. But anyway, okay. So not only did Corporal Penny, who I was just like telling him what was up, trying to ask him to look and see if they had even accepted the complaint, anything, because when I was at Jacob's court date on August 16th, Donna Ortez, remember little Donna that works at the door? She told me that there was no record of me trying to turn in a complaint in for Tara. None. And you guys know I've been pretty good about trying to turn it in for months and months and months. And anyway, so I turned in a paper complaint that day after numerous times of trying to do it other ways before with... Oh, am I covering it? Is it better? I did have my hand over the mic, I think. Oh, okay. Good thing I read. But anyway, so this guy tells me, Corporal Penny from the LaSalle County Sheriff's Office, when I called the number 815-433-2161 and selected option 8 today, I spoke with that man who was working at the desk. And he told me, he wouldn't give me an answer on whether they accepted anything, all this. You know what he told me? That it was their First Amendment right to threaten my life while on the LaSalle County tax dollars. And that also that the conversation wasn't meant for my ears. So apparently, therefore, since it wasn't meant for my ears, and since she's allowed to say what she wants, supposedly, which is weird because didn't Eric just get, what, 12 years? 12 years? But it's somehow different. There's some people with cute puppy. But he told me that numerous times. I was like, wait a minute, you're telling me it's her First Amendment right to threaten my life while she's on duty working as a LaSalle County Sheriff's dispatcher, knowing that I don't have weapons on me, nor had I ever spoken to her. So it's just very concerning to begin with. So he told me that. And then, if you guys read my post from earlier, he also told me that if I continued to call to inquire about the complaint, that I would be arrested for harassment because I continue to call there. Because I've called several times this week, many times over the past bunch of months. I mean, obviously I call because they never call back. And what's weird is, actually Sergeant Majerus told me to call back a different line. So I called back every line, trying to get somebody. But yeah, so I tried to, again, inquire about the complaint against Tara today and was threatened with arrest for harassment for turning in somebody that threatened to kill me, who obviously does have access to weapons, being that she works inside of a sheriff's department. So then, after that man hangs up on me, Corporal Penny, after he hangs up on me, I call the 815-433-2161 number for the sheriff's office again, but I select option 2, which option 2 is to speak with administration. So I hit that, and then I hit number 3 to speak with the sheriff's secretary or admin assistant or something like that. And, okay. I thought it was Justice Jake. So I do that, right? And I speak with a female. And I'm kind of telling her all this, trying to go through it, inquire about my complaint, and then tell them how I was threatened with arrest. And then this woman, this freaking woman, she says, she's rude as could be, and then she says, well, we were advised by the LaSalle County State's Attorney's Office that if you call again regarding this, that you're going to be arrested for harassment. So, yes, I did FOIA both of those calls. I FOIA'd them immediately, so hopefully we'll get those back. Rockford is horrible. You are right. I've been there a few times. Some little man put his hands on me out there. Actually, after they allowed me in, just told me, oh, just don't film in the courtrooms. It's not harassment, exactly. They are literally interfering with the complaint process. Now okay, let me back up. So after this lady hangs up on me, after she tells me that stuff, I go ahead and I call Ottawa Police Department because they had also told me that I need to file the internal complaints with Ottawa PD, not LaSalle County, which is it's the office that I need to deal with, right? And I knew, I was like, why the hell would I do an internal complaint with Ottawa? Well, I call and speak with a corporal. Well, I call and then I think they called back and spoke with a corporal from there. And he told me, like, no, Ottawa isn't supposed to deal with that. You know, if it was criminal, they could, but that even then, since they normally work together, a conflict of interest, that normally go with state police, right? And how do you do? Miss Anonymous, those recordings? What do you mean, what is the correct spelling? I guess that's what I'm confused with. I did it online and just sent Vicky Leadingham an email to do it. I can show you guys that later. I'm not exactly sure, so tell me what exactly you mean. But, hey guys. I hate work. Yeah, I know, me too. But anyway, okay. So I'm talking to the corporal from Ottawa at 10:30 or so. You know, I was working on this, so I get my other stuff done this morning. And he tells me that, no, I wouldn't call them, and also that I can't be charged with harassment for calling there trying to conduct business. He gave the example, yeah, if you're drunk in the middle of the night and keep, calling 500 times, right, for no reason, which obviously I understand that. So, and I asked him, I was like, well, can you email them something and tell them, hey, we're not going to deal with your internal complaints, because that's what they were telling me. And he's like, you know what, I'll call them and all that. And I'm assuming he did, because the same man who originally told me I would be charged with harassment just called me on the phone when I was talking to Justice Jake right before I was going to go live here. And I was like, what? The sheriff's office is calling me after they just threatened me with harassment, right? And again, that 815-433-2161 was the number that called me, which is the LaSalle County Sheriff's Office in Ottawa, Illinois. And it was Corporal Penny again. And Corporal Penny said, well, we looked in, which I am amazed, because this is the furthest they've taken it in all this time. That's all I've wanted them to do, is fucking look into it, do something. And like I said, this is the same man that told me it was a First Amendment right to say that stuff. And while on duty working as a sheriff's dispatcher. But tell me if it gets windy here, because it's picking up. But he tells me, like, hey, we looked into it, and that they also got my FOIAs, and that they would be sent to my house, and that he would, or whoever was including the information about the Tara thing within my FOIAs. So they're going to send that too, which is great, I guess. They never sent me anything to pay for the recordings, but they told me it was going to be on a disc, so normally you have to pay if it's on a disc, so I don't know. But, so we'll see where that goes. So I'm not sure. I fully anticipated to say, hey, we declined to investigate, or we investigated ourselves and we absolutely did nothing wrong. But, so I'm glad to hear that, but and I left a voicemail for the state's attorney's office, a couple long ones, saying, hey, they told me I'm going to be arrested if I inquire about my complaint. Then how? That would be entrapment. I mean, they're refusing to accept it. They're interfering with the complaint process, interfering with me, addressing our government officials for issues. And then when I keep going after 6 months, guys, like 6 months, like I learned about this, I turned it in on April 12th. I did call them verbally before then, I believe on like the 10th, like the night I found out when I was reviewing the video. But when Corporal Penny called me off that 815-433-2161 number again today, he informed me that, I just went blank, but he informed me that that wasn't meant for my ears, and pretty much that people say dumb shit when they're upset. And like, number one, I had never conversed with this woman as far as I know at all, so I don't know why she was so upset with me. And number two, even if it wasn't, and I used the example, I said, well, if you saw some lady you found attractive standing outside the sheriff's, whatever, and you're telling a sergeant or somebody, like, oh, I want to rape that bitch, blah, 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 she's so hot, like saying all this graphic, nasty stuff, that it would be your First Amendment right, and that wasn't meant for her to hear. So, and he tried to pull it like, oh, that's different. No, it's not. It's not different. Why is threatening my life any different than you planning to commit a different crime? Or, being in the early stages of it or whatever. It's like saying, because they catch a school shooter or something before it actually happens, that they didn't do anything wrong because they were completely plotting it and brought their guns. That's how I feel, at least. So I don't really know, but I do feel pretty good that, sorry, I just keep on rambling. Brian Ward, that asshole. Okay, I don't know what I did. I tried to read that thing that Gling took care of, but screwed up. So I'm glad. I don't know how I got it back up. No, Colleen, he didn't say that. No, don't think that. I'm not accusing him of that. I gave him the example of, you know, it, because he stated that pretty much that conversation wasn't meant for my ears because it was picked up on a hot mic. And that, it was her First Amendment right to express how she felt or whatever while on duty. Hey, fuck you, Frank. But, I know, Stephen, you're right, exactly. And I knew it wasn't going to go anywhere, but I demand that they at least do something, acknowledge it, look into it. Like, I told them earlier on the phone, I was like, I know why you guys aren't doing anything, because you guys know that, fuck you, Frank. But, I actually have one. What do you do for this country, Frank? What have you done in the last month to benefit anybody but yourself? We're all waiting. But, I'm just amazed that they actually are sending something supposedly. I think it's weird it's coming with my FOIA and not 6 months ago when I first turned this all in. So I don't know, but I'm glad we got somewhere, and I'm disgusted that I was threatened with arrest. I know, right, Stephen? For real. Yeah, bye, Frank. Bye. But actually, I was trying to do the right thing and keep away from humans until I found out I'm Rona free. But, right, need a timeout like a 4-year-old. But I'm pretty excited about that and disgusted that especially the state's attorney's office really told them to tell me that that I'd be arrested for harassment. I don't know if they got my voicemail when I demanded that they call me and let me know if that's the case or whatnot, because even after the corporal from LaSalle County, Corporal Penny, originally said it, when I tried to make him confirm that that's what he had just said, he pretty much tried to back out of that. But then also told me it again. It is kind of weird. I can't wait to play the call for you guys, because just like time and time again, I'm simply trying to get them to answer for this and to address it and hold people accountable and do the right thing. Thank you, Road Dogs Media. I know, some people just have nothing better to do than bully others on the internet. They're trying to make a difference. I don't know if you guys can see, but that little boat coming in, they have the little mules pull it. Since that guy called me, I was going to show you guys the mules before they left a little bit ago, but the sheriff's office called, so that screwed it all up. Oh, hey. Yui Stefan. But it's disgusting, because she doesn't have no First Amendment right to threaten to kill. That's like saying a cop has that same right to say, you know, at a traffic stop when he's only talking to another officer, and say the dash cam picks it up, or a body cam, saying, you know, I want to fucking kill that N-word or something like that. That's his First Amendment right, and that because the man heard it, it wasn't meant for his ears. So that, therefore, nobody did anything wrong. It makes no sense. Like, they try to act like I was crazy for saying all that. But it's so true. Free to Film, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Greatly appreciated. Wait, Mark, actually, I tried to get a no stalking order back when, can't for sure 100% say it's her, but it's her or somebody set up by her. That was harassing me for months and months off those various numbers. But I did try to, that on top of the threats and such. We did go to court. She brought a lawyer. I didn't even think she'd bring one. So I was kind of shocked. I was like, fuck. But anyway, he was able to freaking call all sorts of courtroom lingo on me. So I was, I couldn't prove it as much as they wanted me to. And she filed that same day that we went to court. She filed a counterclaim against me, stating that I invited all of my followers to come to my court dates to give her a piece of their mind. That was her words. And Brian, why would I get one for that? I have one for my criminal trial. Why would I get one for that? That's crazy. But, nor would I need one. But, because the thing is, they forfeited their claims because they were untrue. Not only did they claim that I invited everybody to come to my court dates, number one, I'm kind of introverted and kind of weird, so I'm not trying to have a bunch of people that I don't know, like personally, show up there when I'm already dealing with court and all this other stuff on those days, right? So, no, I don't invite a bunch of humans. Number two, I would love to see anywhere where I ever invited somebody to come there during my court dates and give her a piece of their minds, because it didn't happen. And also, she claimed that I kept calling the sheriff's office trying to get her fired, and that on May, I think 18th of this year, claimed that I called, what was it, like 10 times, or I think she said like over 10 times or something. Really, it was 8 times. And I called, that was when Sergeant Majerus told me, well, call back to hit something or whatever. So I called every freaking number on that line. And Markine, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Definitely helps. I know. Crazy. Like, Brian must be Tara's freaking cousin fucking brother or something. Alright, hold on. You're going in a timeout. There you go. Oh. Perfect. But, sorry that distracted. Yeah, free Eric Brandt. Isn't that weird? And that's what I brought up. Like, Eric's in there for what, 12 years? For saying very similar statements. Similar in nature. But like I told them, if I said that stuff about Joe Biden or something, I'd be done for. The FBI would have me locked away. Thank you. Yeah, please do. I know, I thought I had already got rid of him before because he kept being a nuisance on positive videos, which is weird. I hate when they say all this shit, saying you're just trying to get a rise. Like, bitch, I literally went in there, showcased them doing a great job providing me good service in a lot of terms, and then you're still trying to tell me I'm baiting them. Like, are you kidding me? I'm literally sitting there congratulating them usually when I leave, saying, man, she did a good job, you know, April or whatever your name is. So how's that baiting? But anyway, so yeah, we'll see how it goes. We will definitely see. I think it's absolutely disgusting that they threaten me with arrest now because I kept pursuing this complaint. It's literally unfucking America. They should be all shut down. And if the state's attorney's office actually said that, which I firmly believe they probably did, that's messed up. And number two, you can get in trouble for harassing a police department when you're calling there trying to get business done. And Ottawa told me that they're not going to deal with that. It's not their job to deal with that. It's an internal complaint. So they did try to intimidate me and threaten me with physical restraint, which has also been filed as a criminal complaint. Now that they have done so, I have not identified the female as of yet. I'm hoping to when the FOIA comes in, because she as well is going to be made a complaint on. Reform. I can't believe it. Yeah. Dude, I know. I feel like I'm generally pretty nice. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I say some shit I regret after they get me in the moment, and I'm like, dang. But nonetheless, I always go in there being nice. I never, I don't like even watching fellow auditors that intentionally go and try to start an issue or start calling people bitches for no reason or whatever. I think that's completely outrageous. And also the ones that do like the weird tuck thing and all that, like, dude, you're gonna get shot. That's all I gotta say. You better be careful. Do as you do, but that's crazy. I wouldn't do it like that. And I also don't like being compared to people that audit in that way. I started doing this because I saw a need. You know, I don't think Brian ever said what he has done for his country this month or this week or whatever I asked him. Yeah, I know. But who is? You say how it. I know. I try to, and I try to be very fair. But I'm very disappointed in LaSalle County Sheriff's Office, and as well, you know, I think the reason they told me that I get in trouble for harassment is I told them that oh my God, stop calling. Everybody calls and I'm on live, but I think it's because I told them that I'm gonna have to come and just keep turning in complaints on Sheriff Adam Diss, because hello back. Hi Becky. Hi President 46. Yeah, I was sweaty though. The sun's right up on me. But are you Justice Jake, daddy of two? Yeah, I know. I know it. Like I literally started calling with the complaints because number one, I didn't want to be kidnapped again. And number two, they didn't want me there. They didn't want me coming there causing an issue. Well, then I try to call and do it that way. And then now they're saying I'm harassing them. So, okay, you'd rather me just come there and try to deal with the business then, right? So then they can leave me standing out there and abuse me and whoever's with me for hours like they always do. Yep, it's anonymous. You're right. They're just using that. I already knew. And he tried to tell me when he called me back when I was just about to go live, in the middle of that conversation, which I'm also going to FOIA, he says, well, you told me that you were going to keep harassing us or something like that. I said, no, I don't want to keep calling and feeling like I'm harassing you guys. I don't want to waste my fucking time calling those people and then getting angry and feeling like they're abusing me, which they are. You know, I don't like to intentionally bring negativity around myself for no reason. You know, I wanted it taken care of, and that's it. I know. That's what I told him. It's been 6 months. Like, it's not like it's been 2 weeks, and maybe I should give him a little more time. Exactly, Steve, I know. How is that possible? Yeah, you are going to wait a long time. You're going to be waiting a long, long time. I know. I agree. Can't I heart things on here, or I can't? I'm not even sure. So, I don't know. I've been trying to inquire also with the state's attorney's office. I had a very long phone call the other day after Justice Jake's hearing, which he was present for. And I spoke with, I don't know, I thought it was the victim's impact person, but I found out it was just some lady at the desk because she's the one that answered the line and didn't make us aware that that's who I was speaking to at first. But I made it very clear that I shouldn't have to be hunting this down. Like, why are crime victims having to call 450 times and leave all these voicemails and get abused at the window and be denied service and all this just to turn in a fucking battery complaint? Because they denied my one against Bonds, which, I mean, I knew they were going to do. The first guy to put his hands on me. And then that Kurt guy, they just simply arrested me. And I told them, I said, if you guys are charging me with batteries separately, that's great and all, but I want to see where you guys are denying my claim against him. Or they haven't done it yet. Like, and then they said, oh, we'll have her contact you. Well, it's been what? I don't know, since the 9th. Nobody's contacted me. Nobody will answer. Nobody will say anything, but they'll answer their phone calls and threaten me with arrest. Makes no sense. Thank you. I try. I know when I was actually out doing some the other day in Morrison, which is where Sheriff Booker, if you guys remember him from that one courthouse, I finally went to see him. You guys will have to see how it is, but I had to go home because that's when I realized I wasn't feeling good. I was like, man, I feel weird. But luckily it all worked out well. Hi, Doe Days. Poor dirt farmer. I know. You know what? I literally was reading, Stephanie. I was reading those off to them right before they arrested myself and my brother. And what else was I going to say? Oh, that reminds me. Okay, Justice Jake, hope you don't get mad I brought this up. My brother, Justice Jake, for the past 11 years, has done something called Toots for Troops on 9/11, right? Held at the VFW in Morris, Illinois, in the parking lot, where they, donate some money. They get money donated and give it to the VFW for the vets and such. And he and everybody else, they stay out there for 24 hours from midnight to midnight on 9/11, right? And he's been doing this since we were teenagers. And last year was the 10 years. And keep in mind, it was COVID last year. We still had COVID then. And he was able to do it no problem in their parking lot. This year, which I firmly believe is directly related to our false arrest, they told him like a day before the event, which was 9/11, that he couldn't host it there. He couldn't do Toots for Troops there. And he organizes the whole thing, like, and always has. And I firmly believe it's due to our arrests and due to the fact that we called Jerry Peterson, the Public Works employee, out because he also was involved with the VFW. Because this same VFW that didn't want the Toots for Troops being there, they allowed a bunch of like craft vendors, like those people with the booths and stuff, allowed all those people there with no mask on, allowed karaoke to be held this past weekend, all this different stuff, but wouldn't allow Toots for Troops to happen outside to raise money and to raise awareness, you know what I mean? Like, to just fucking support our troops. Like, it's absolutely sickening. The bright side of that is there was actually a laundromat directly, like, right next door to the VFW. And I don't know, I call it the High Street Laundromat. I forget what it's called, but shout out to them. Because they had no problem with them hosting Toots for Troops there. And I love that it was right there and they got to see it. But shame on the VFW for doing that. Very big shame. But I think a lot of it's related to the false allegations made against both myself and Justice Jake. I used to go through Morris all the time when I was running. Oh, really? I originally lived out there too. That's where Justice Jake lives now. Well, that's where we're originally from because they helped to raise. No, they don't. That's what's crazy is they sit there and they have these signs, you gotta wear your mask, and then nobody's wearing a mask anyway, anywhere, except for the children. The children better. Soaps Laundromat, Morris, Illinois. Yes. Solid on them for coming through and for supporting a good cause. And like I said, Jacob has done that very same event for 10 years prior, including during last year's COVID. But here we are. That's what they did. Like I told him, I was like, I hope you never ever in your life do anything with those people again. The door I had. Okay, thank you, Gling. Much appreciated for your help, let me tell you. Yeah, so they could do the karaoke, they could all, get drunk, whatever, but nobody could just simply be outside and have people honking the horn, donating some money, holding some signs up, like, outside. It's not an inside event. So, I don't know. But, that's pretty much my update for today. Again, the sheriff's office not only threatened me with harassment charges if I continued to inquire about my complaint made against Tara R. Hyde, but then they also turned around and called me back from the 815-433-2161 number after they threatened me with harassment. Make it make sense. I have no idea. I know. People try to argue that with me, saying, yes, he can do that. Like, no, he can't. Pritzker cannot. It's just sickening. Oh, guys, hold on. The donkey's back there, or the mule, I think is what it is. Hold on. Let me get my bag up. Hold on, guys. All right, I gotta show you guys this before I hop off. I was so sad before that they had left, but now they're back. Hold on, where's my flippy thing? Why isn't it working? Last time I came here to look at these guys, because they have a pin way over there. There was some of them, I don't know where the other one is. But they pull this big canal boat thing. Or, is that what they call it? I don't remember. Look how cute he is. Thanks, Daddy, at 2. Look at him. Oh, God. I hope he's tied up to that thing. Oh, he's not? I don't think he is tied up. I wonder why. I couldn't think of the word. I still can't think of the word. I know, wearing this sweater is backfiring. It's kind of hot under the sun. Look at him go, though. I don't think he's chained up at all. Must be extra friendly. I know, I've never actually gotten down here to see him in action, and I've always wanted to, so I was actually pretty excited to see it. They're so cute, though. I think these ones, I forget the name, but I think they even have a Facebook page for them. That one and its buddy. Oh. Are they... I know, I was hoping it was going to come after me and, like, it's frightened or something. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's the same one that just got done pulling that little canal boat. But anyway, that's about all we got for today, guys. I got to get out of here and get some stuff done. But that's our quick little update for now. I will definitely be posting the FOIA requests of the phone recordings when I get them. Because it's not her First Amendment right to threaten to kill me. You know? Like, literally, that's a... I just can't believe that they try to say, oh, that wasn't meant for your ears, so nothing's wrong. Because I know they didn't investigate her. I know they're going to send me some bullshit. But I'm glad they're actually going to send something. So we'll see. It's just another piece of evidence of their abuse. That's all it is. Same with the whole threatening to get me for telephone harassment. That would be entrapment, retaliation, intimidation, threatening me with unlawful restraint. If I continue to try to get answers for somebody that... Oh, I know it. I know it. But, yep. That's all I got for today. I will keep you guys updated. I have a few videos to post from earlier this week. Alright guys, but thanks for watching. Tell your friends. Watch out for LaSalle County Sheriff's Office and crazy-ass Tara R. Hyde, who is a dispatcher of the LaSalle County Sheriff's Office and who will indeed threaten to slice your throat, and they will threaten to arrest you when you try to demand justice for it. So... it is what it is, but the story's not over yet. Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.